We're staging for another half hour of nitro-fueled NHRA talk. It's the Straight Line, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts with Marty Huff and 10-time NHRA winner Doug Herbert. Brought to you by Hercules Tires. Now, here's your hosts, Doug and Marty.
This is the Straight Line on Drag Racing. Thanks for being here for our half hour of horsepower. Appreciate you being with us. Tommy Johnson Jr. keeps himself in the thick of the Funny Car Championship hunt with a win at Maple Grove, and we'll talk to TJ today. We're in the beams and set to launch another edition of the Straight Line. Wherever you may be, coast to coast around the world, this is the Straight Line on Drag Racing at mrn.com, along with four-time IHRA Top Fuel Champion and 10-time NHRA National Event winner, Doug Herbert. I am Marty Huff, coming off the weekend at Maple Grove. Big weekend for a lot of drivers, but we want to start the show with our get well wishes and a speedy recovery to a friend of motorsports, and probably, more importantly, your future father-in-law, Felix Sabatis, who wound up in the hospital, had a really rough go of it here.
Well, he broke his ankle, and then it went from broken ankle to pneumonia catching in, and so he's been pretty sick. I just Mimi just texted me a few minutes ago. They took the ventilator off him. He's breathing on his own. It's like he's tough, man.
It's Felix Sabatis. Tough. I mean, yeah, he is he's one of the most remarkable individuals. I mean, you'll ever find.
He's so fun to. He's really fun to talk to. Just a super neat guy, and that goes. Acorns don't fall far from the tree.
It's true that.
And so we're just unbelievably happy that he's making a. I mean, when you get pneumonia really bad, I don't know that you make a full recovery. You make a good recovery,
right.
But it injures your lungs.
Yeah.
So, Felix will have to take care of himself a little bit. I mean, Felix's
we'll
number one priority is, we're gonna have a good time, and he does that. So, but hopefully he'll figure out, well, maybe I need to take a little bit better care. I mean, he's not 20 years old anymore.
Nope.
But he thinks he is, I think.
Get well, Felix. And we'll see you at the racetrack here real soon. Happy belated birthday yesterday, your birthday.
Yep. So
29 years old. Congratulations on that.
29. Yeah. I mean, birthday's always younger. A fun deal, and a lot of our listeners may know, but my son James was born on my same birthday.
Yeah.
So sometimes birthdays a little bit tough.
Yeah. Understand that, but happy birthday yesterday.
Thank you.
And headed on to Maple Grove. Top Fuel, 0.003 of a second could make the difference in this whole season. Brittany Force and Antron Brown.
Yeah.
Run
Great
the
final round.
Exactly the same exact ETs. And Antron leaves
3.72 to a 1, and a similar lights too, a 66 light to a 69 light, and they were a couple inches apart at the finish line. That's a close Top Fuel race. Last year, Atlanta, or was it this year at Atlanta? They had Doug Coletta and J.R. Todd had almost a number on paper. It was a dead heat. Those close races, I mean, those used to be pro stock only, but now our Top Fuel and Funny Cars are running races like that. So pretty cool.
Taking a look at the Top Fuel standings right now, Antron Brown with a 77-point lead over Doug Coletta. And last week, we said if you're within double digits, you're probably in the hunt. I think right now you got to be within a race, 80 points or so.
I would say so. Doug Coletta, I talked to Doug yesterday. Actually, I think they've still got a good shot, but. Not only do they have to have a tremendous next three races, they almost have to have Antron Brown's team to stumble.
Help.
And Antron Brown and his team are so good, they don't stumble much. They just don't. So if Doug goes out there and wins the next three races, that's a pretty good chance that he can win the championship, unless Antron is runner-up at the next three, which is probably not. But if he wins the next three races, I'd say he's got a pretty good shot at it. But this is, these are tall orders coming in here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Antron Brown's got to be a heavy favorite. I think Doug Coletta's still got a good, good a good shot at it. Then Funny Car, TJ did himself a pretty big favor this weekend. Now only 24 points out of the lead, with Caps still leading and Beckman 93 points back. So it's going to come down, I believe, to one of those three cars. All DSR cars. John Force is not going to be happy about that, but what can you do? I mean, they're the ones that are they're whipping them right now.
Don Schumacher Racing right now, unless a minor miracle happens, will wind up with the Funny Car Championship this year. It just depends on who that is. And right now, I really even see Jack Beckman on the outside looking in. 93 back. I mean, you're talking about a full race.
Well, more than 4 rounds, really. So, that's going to be a really tough one to overcome. So, exactly what you said. It's down probably between Caps and TJ. They're barely over a round apart, around in a couple points. You can make that up in qualifying. But I'll tell you what, I'm impressed. I'm looking forward to talking to Tommy Johnson. Not only him, but that team. John Collins is impressive, man. He's doing a good job.
Really getting the job done.
He's just doing a great job.
Yep, absolutely. And on the telephone with us right now is Tommy Johnson Jr., and we will talk to the Maple Grove winner next.
You're listening to The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. More right after this.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there. Whether you're running on dirt or running a job, our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, right on our strength.
From work life to nightlife, from home to the road, your day can take you anywhere. These fast-paced times call for Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans. Advanced Comfort is designed to keep up with you, no matter where you go or what you're doing. They're made with 20% stronger denim and 4-way flex technology that moves with you. Wrangler Advanced Comfort. Go anywhere, look great, and be comfortable. Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans. Try on a pair today.
O'Reilly. A rough-running engine could be suffering from buildup of fuel and oil deposits. Smooth out a rough engine, restore power, and improve fuel economy with Seafoam Motor Treatment. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today and purchase 2 bottles of Seafoam Motor Treatment and get 1 free. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You're listening to The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now it's back to Marty Huff and Doug Herbert.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on The Straight Line. And on the telephone line with us right now is the driver of the Make-A-Wish Dodge for Don Schumacher Racing and winner of the Funny Car category at Maple Grove this weekend. Tommy Johnson Jr. joins us. TJ, congratulations on the win, a big one for you guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a good win. You think you get to enough finals, you'd win one of them. So finally we got it done. It started off the countdown going 3 straight finals. Man, I'd been upset if we hadn't won one of them.
Yeah.
Well, see, we'll take credit for that, Tommy, because you came over here,
doubt.
you go on the show, and then we're just lucky, and just, a little bit of luck rubbed off on you, probably.
I think so.
Sounds good to me. I'm glad to be on again then.
That's right. There you go. That's exactly right. Tommy, what an incredible. Just your team, though, it's just like everybody. I mean, you guys have been together for a while now, but it's like it's gelling, like it's right. Just like John Force with Austin Coyle for years and these different things. But you and John Collins have a long history together, and it's like things are coming together. You're gelling. It's going unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of cool. I mean, last 2 years, John became crew chief, in 2014, and we ended up being number 3 that year. And, boy, we were elated. That was great. That's the highest I'd ever finished. And his first year as a crew chief, well, that was outstanding. And then came back last year and followed it up with number 3 again. And we thought, oh, that's great. But we learned. We learned some things along the way. And, we ran really well right before the countdown started last year. Ran good in the countdown, but we ran really well right before it. And John says, I've got some things I want to try. I got things I want to do. We know when the countdown starts. We'll be ready, and he used it to his advantage. They did some did some testing, did some experimenting, trying some new combinations, and we even tested right before Indy with a whole new fuel system, and it worked great. They loved it. We left it on for Indy, and the car ran great. And it's just he has been very smart. The entire team has really stepped up to the plate, knowing the countdown, how important it is, and doing the right things, and really impressed with the decisions they're making, and the car is just running flawless. Not only did we run really well when it was hot in Charlotte and St. Louis, but when it was cool and you had to bring the big power in Reading, they did that as well. So just impressed. We got a good cold weather tune-up and a hot weather tune-up now.
How tough was this weekend, TJ, going through all the weather issues? Friday was a complete washout. Saturday was really sketchy. For you as the driver and for the crew, how tough was that to knowing that you've lost at least 2 rounds, and going into Saturday, there was nothing guaranteed?
Yeah, you just got to be patient when you go to Reading. You know that coming in. It's almost tradition now that it has to rain out half the race there. But Doug can tell you. I mean, it's I know he stayed there for a long time to get a win one time.
Oh, so yeah, they camped out there for a week.
I wasn't leaving. Yeah, no. We were not leaving.
But yeah, it's just got to be patient, and it's funny. At the end of the day on Friday, I felt like I was more tired than if we'd ran all day, and just being patient. The guys, when the opportunity came, they made the right calls, and that's what I'm really enjoying about what they're doing right now. They're racing well. We're not going out and setting low ET of the meet every race, but man, they are doing a great job of running the best we can with the conditions we're dealt with, and going down the racetrack and making people try to beat us, and that's what the key is. Reading was a kind of an endurance. You had to be patient and be on top of the game when it was time to go, and they did a great job of that.
Well, and that final round was critical. I mean, you come down, you and Ron Capps are fighting really tightly for the lead, and that's a 40-point swing between winning and not winning.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but boy, that made a pretty good statement.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it wasn't on my mind.
Yeah, right. I figured that.
Yeah, right.
It was definitely a must-win round, and if you're going to have a shot at it, you've got to reel Capps in. You can't just let his Napa team is doing a great job. They had semifinals at the first 2, and there he is in the final. I'm thinking, I was happy with getting runner-ups because you're getting almost all the points you can get. You're leaving 20 on the table, but I thought if we could go to all the races of the countdown and get runner-up at all of them, we should win it. Well, you're not going to when Capps is going semis or the final with you, and you had to win that round to try and close that gap a little bit, and the guys did a great job. We went out there. It was a great show. I mean, the semifinals to me had to be one of the best rounds of racing in funny car in a long time. When all 4 of us DSR cars in the semis, we know what each other has. We know how capable they are of beating us, and everybody ran a 389. We were all within I think 6 thousandths or 5 or 6 thousandths of each other. So it tells you that how tough it is, and as the driver, you got to be on your game as well. I mean, the car can run good, but you got to leave on time, and you got to step up to the plate when it's time too. So it's been a really good team effort here lately.
Well, even though it's just psychological, going into the final round with lane choice, even if it's only by 1,000ths, it doesn't matter. You still got lane choice, and that gets in Ron Tobler's head when you go to the final, and it's a little bit of a confidence booster for you and your crew chief.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't hurt. The track can change. It didn't really seem to be an issue all day, but it can change quickly. I mean, depending on the prep, depending on if there's bald spots on the starting line. If one lane's just a tick better than the other, you want choice. You want to have that option to be able to go say, nah, it doesn't look quite as good as we like. We want to go over here. And, to be able to dictate that, it doesn't hurt at all. So to have it by 1 thou, I was kidding Capps. I said, I must not rolled it in as far as he did in the semis. That's the only reason I got lane choice.
And we've been giving a call to your crew, and much deserved. But let's give a call to the driver. A 29 light in the semis, which is dang near psychic in a funny car, and a 36 light in the finals. You were on top of it, TJ, and I'm sure you're not dumping it in. Maybe in the final, but especially in the semifinal, no one, that lane choice is very important. You're probably not dumping it in there. So the driver's really on his game.
No, I was. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, all right, fine.
I wasn't a bunch though. I mean, I wasn't blinking the ball, but I was putting her in there. Not a whole bunch, but maybe 1 or 2. And John says, yeah, I'm good with that. He says, we'll make up the difference. He goes, it's no big deal. He goes, if we can get a win, we'll go on to the next round and figure out how to win that one, you know. And, it was the 29 was pretty good light. There's certain days as a driver, you're just kind of in the, you're feeling it, you know.
You're in the zone. You're in the zone.
Yeah. Sunday, I was just like, yeah, we're doing this. We're getting this done. And I was feeling it. And I had a 51 first round, which was legitimate 51. And second round, it's a round we should have won. We had an easier competitor. We should have won it. So I backed off a little bit, not making any mistakes. Still had a 74. And then to step it up, semis 29 and 36 in the final. But, you know, it's not like they all of a sudden appeared. I mean, I've been pretty decent lately and just trying to do my part on the team. You know, I mean, the car's running well, so you don't want to be that guy. You know, you don't want to be the guy that screws it up. So just focus. I'm actually having a good time and relaxed. You know, I'm not. I mean, it's great. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do well to get nervous. You know, I mean, I'm enjoying it. You know, we have a very competitive car. We have a great team. Everybody's enjoying it, and we're just kind of having fun with this. And it makes it easier as a driver when you go up there relaxed.
Hey, TJ, a lot of the fans of our show know that you have Make-A-Wish on the car, obviously, and that's funded by Miss Terry Chandler, and her support of what you do and support of the charity Make-A-Wish. Give our viewers and listeners a little bit of an idea about some of the things you do to help Make-A-Wish. Like we talked about it when you were on the show. Make-A-Wish doesn't pay anything for that car. Basically, Terry Chandler is sponsoring Make-A-Wish to have Make-A-Wish on the car to get the word out about the charity Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, we're basically sponsoring them. You know, they're getting it all for free because of the generosity of Terry. I mean, she's such a wonderful person, and let me tell you, it makes you proud to be able to take that trophy home to her at the end of the day. You know, she was just thrilled with it. But you know, we entertain kids every Saturday out the track. The local chapter, the Make-A-Wish chapter, brings Wish kids to the track every Saturday, and we entertain them for the day. And one of the neat things that we did in Reading was Mopar put on a block party, kind of a pre-race event to have the fans out, and they raised some money. They donated some money to Make-A-Wish, and the track there at Maple Grove did a ticket promotion. Every adult ticket sold in a certain date was $10 donated to Make-A-Wish, and that was over $10,000 they donated off of ticket sales. So just a great, everybody coming together, the whole community, not just our team promoting the Make-A-Wish and being able to do that because of what Terry does, but everybody else kind of getting on board, and it's such a first-class organization, and the great things they do for those kids that, you know, to have them out to the track and see what they're going through, it inspires you a little bit. And, you know, you think you got a tough day, but it's not that bad, man. You got to dig deep. Those kids are digging deep, so why can't you? And, tomorrow I'm headed to Illinois to do an event for Napa. Napa is doing the Napa stores in the Illinois area are doing a big deal tomorrow, big party, and they're raising money for Make-A-Wish as well. I think last year they said they donated over $25,000 from this event. So I'm headed over there tomorrow to do some autographs for everybody. And it's just a great organization that does some really, really good things for kids. And being close to it now and being part of it, seeing how first class they are and how they run their program, it's very inspiring.
Probably a good time during the Dodge Nationals at Maple Grove to go ahead and put all 4 Dodge cars in the semifinals and have a Dodge win. That was a pretty good timing on your guys' part. I'm just guessing. I mean, I'm guessing the boss was all right with that.
Yeah, you couldn't wrote that script any better, right?
No.
You know, we got to the semis, and I thought, well, I bet Don's pretty happy right now. We're all 4 in the semis. So
yeah,
that was a good day for Dodge.
TJ, with only basically a little more than a round out of the lead, 3 races left. What's the plan? More of the same?
Yeah, don't change a thing. You know, I mean, we're just servicing the car and take it right back to Dallas because, I kind of wish we were racing this weekend. You get in a rhythm and a flow, man. Let's just keep this going. But everybody needs a battery recharge a little bit. I know the guys' tongues are hanging out a little bit after 3 weeks in a row, but we're not going to change anything, you know, and it's still a long ways to go. You know, we're putting ourselves in position. Now you got to finish it. You know, we've done a great job of closing the gap. We came from 7th up to 2nd now, and just got ourselves a shot. You know, we're only just a little over a round out. Hopefully we can knock that down to less than a round and qualifying with some bonus points. So we'll just keep picking away at it, you know, and if we could maintain what we're doing, keep going rounds, go to another final, then we put some heat on him, you know, and then maybe the pressure shifts from us to him.
Yeah. Any lines of demarcation in the DSR pits right now? You guys stay on this side, we'll stay on this side.
No, it was kind of funny. I sell some parts and supplies to all the teams on the side, and Cap's team ordered spark plugs from me this week. So I guess we're all good.
Okay,
still.
fine.
Don't slip any sugar into his gas tank or anything like that.
No. I thought, boy, I wonder if I should give him the good plugs or bad plugs. Oh, wait a minute, I don't know which is which. So yeah.
Well, hey, Tommy, great job this weekend up at Maple Grove. Congratulations, and good luck coming up at Dallas. 3 more to go, dude.
Man, I hope so. Hope we can keep this going. It's been fun. It's been it's been exciting, but it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. I've been racing for so many years and never really been in this position. And when I got here now, I'm enjoying it. And that's what I like the most of it. It's a lot of fun.
Driver of the Make-A-Wish Dodge for Don Schumacher Racing, winner this weekend at Maple Grove, number 2 in the points. Tommy Johnson Jr., thanks for your time, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Talk to you soon.
And headed off to Dallas here in about 10 days or so and see if they can do that again. When we return, we'll talk more about Maple Grove and what's coming up at Dallas in just a minute.
This is The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. More coming up right after this.
From work life to nightlife, from home to the road, your day can take you anywhere. These fast-paced times call for Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans. Advanced Comfort is designed to keep up with you, no matter where you go or what you're doing. They're made with 20% stronger denim and 4-way flex technology that moves with you. Wrangler Advanced Comfort. Go anywhere, look great, and be comfortable. Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans. Try on a pair today.
O'Reilly.
If your vehicle has a bumpy ride, it might be time for new shocks or struts. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, buy 4 Monroe shocks and struts for the price of 3 after mail-in rebate. Improve your vehicle's steering, stopping, and stability with Monroe shocks and struts at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Looking for a great spot for an affordable beach vacation or the perfect romantic retreat? Let the Plaza Resort and Spa help. A vacation on the world's most famous beach is sure to help you reconnect with the ones you love. Discover the grand tradition of hospitality and service on Daytona Beach. The Plaza Resort and Spa is the perfect choice for any type of getaway. Book online at plazaresortandspa.com or call 1-855-DB-PLAZA. That's 1-855-327-5292.
It's The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now here's Marty Huff and Doug Herbert.
Thanks for being with us on this edition of The Straight Line. Taking a look at the pro stocks from Maple Grove. Vinny Nobile, I tell you what, he is about best of the rest right now. I mean, obviously,
I don't think he's best of the rest. He was the best.
Well,
he
was
Louis
best
Tien
this
top
week.
speed
Right, yeah.
at Reading and won the race. And he didn't beat Greg Anderson by a fluke in the final. I mean, he beat him. He pulled up there, he left on him, and he outran him. So great job to Nobile and their family and that whole team. They're doing. I mean, they're not making it a cakewalk for Jason and Greg like it was earlier in the year. It was almost they were teasing with everybody, but. Right now, I mean, he's really the only one that's got a shot at it besides Jason and Greg. But being 4 rounds out of the lead with 3 races left, he's got an uphill battle because likely they're not going to struggle for the next 3 races either. So if you think about it, you've got 12 rounds left. Everybody's got 12 rounds left. So you can win 12 rounds, a potential 240 points. The other guys are going to win some points. So catching up 100 points, that's doubtful, but it's possible.
But it's good for the category to at least have somebody in the mix other than a KB team, to at least keep those guys honest and keep some interest.
Well, and the next race in Dallas is going to narrow it down again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we cut out about 5 teams from each category this week, just with the race in Reading. So when they go down here to Dallas next weekend, it's gonna come down to we're probably gonna lose a few more cars or bikes, whatever. I mean, it's getting tight, and it's time where you can't have any mistake now. You need to go to the final round, and really you need to win because the different cars don't generally start winning all of a sudden at this time of year.
Yeah.
So the guys that are in the lead. long as they can keep up their momentum and keep winning races for the next 3, then it's all over.
Yeah. And you're probably going to see one's in the middle of the pack, one's just on the bubble outside of that, double-digit mark. Probably take some chances at the starting line. See if they maybe play some head games at the starting line. See if they maybe throw somebody off. I don't know
that so many guys. If you go up there and you're racing somebody that's running for the championship, you're not going to go up there and play a game with them. If you're going to go up there and race them as hard as you can. Antron Brown, that's what he does. I mean, and Doug Coletta, both of those guys in Top Fuel, I've raced them both.
Yeah,
a bunch of times. They pull up there, and you just bring everything you have, and you give it all you have.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what you've got in the trailer, what you've got in the pits. When you go to the starting line, everybody's only got one of everything. You race what you have. So it's down to the driver and the performance of the car, the crew chief, whatever. I mean, and there could be a little bit of psyching out with the staging or this or that. But at where they are now, where all those guys are now, probably not, because they're not going to play any games.
Yeah,
if it comes down to the final at Pomona, all bets are off.
Yeah, right.
All bets are off.
Yeah, and maybe not so much in the fuel categories, but maybe in the pro stock where you can kind of get away with that a little bit without burning somebody down or something like that. If you double bulb somebody or something like that.
I mean, that's in pro stock, the excitement is not necessarily watching the cars go down the track. Those guys have to manufacture a little bit of excitement, which would be, do a little bit longer burnout, back up a little faster or a little slower, stage quick or stage slow. Hey, you know what? That creates a little bit of excitement, really.
Right.
I mean, Warren Johnson, we used to see that with him, and Glidden would do things like that once in a while. That's, I mean, and I got to be honest with you, and our listeners of our show know, I'm a fan of drag racing. I'm a Top Fuel dragster guy. Pro stock. Have I watched pro stock cars race? Of course, absolutely. And I like them, and I like a lot of the guys that race those pro stock cars. Would I, eat a mile of broken glass to go watch a pro stock race? Well, no, I wouldn't.
Right.
And it's not that I don't like them. It's just
It's just your personal preference.
Right. But when those guys go up there and start doing some games and playing around, then all of a sudden, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that is cool.
That
it's
is
like,
fun.
hey, you know what? We come into the starting line and we're going to throw this thing in park and we're going to sit here and we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
And, as long as both guys are into it. You can't do it if only one guy's into
it
because the other guy, he goes in there and rolls in, lights the light,
right.
And then guess what? The clock starts going.
Bang.
And when you're too long, and you're disqualified.
Go. Yep. Pro stock bikes, the Harleys, opening that can of whoop ass.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
I was kind of looking for that.
Yep. I've indicated when we've had Eddie, and Hines on the show over the last couple of months. I go, what do you guys got left for the countdown? Oh man, nothing. We're just,
we're just eking it out.
I knew they had a little bit of something. Because their bikes hadn't really improved that much over the past few months, like I thought they would. Because those guys are every day, all day long, 7 days a week, working on those engines, working in the dyno, working on the chassis, working on their
competitors' motors too.
Right. So I was surprised that they hadn't made the performance improvements over the last few races. They've kind of been the same, and I thought, I think they got something left. And well, they did have something left. They were just waiting to, or coincidentally, it just happened. But I would tend to believe that they knew what they were doing.
Yep. Haven't had the opportunity to talk about brakes here over the last couple of weeks. What do you got going on here in the upcoming weeks?
Oh, boy. We've got this weekend coming up. We're in Detroit. Talked to Doug Coletta yesterday. He's bringing his son to the brakes classes this weekend at Mopar in Centerline, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. We've got a class coming up right after that in Washington, D.C., just right outside of Washington, D.C. at Rosecroft Raceway. We're going back to Detroit for another school with Kia. So we've got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm getting some freaking flyer miles.
PutItOnTheBrakes.org for more information. So for everybody involved, including Tommy Johnson Jr. for joining us, for Doug, for Daryl, for Robbie, I'm Marty. We will talk to you next week right here on The Straight Line.
You've been listening to The Straight Line, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Tune in again next Thursday at noon Eastern on MotorRacingNetwork.com and the MRN app. The Straight Line is the show for drag racing fans and is brought to you by Hercules Tires. This program is also available on demand at the MRN.com Media Center, or you can download it through iTunes or Stitcher. The Straight Line is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.